Hey everybody, this is DayTraderRockStar, and this is the high probability setups watch list for the week of October 12th. And what a great week we just came off. Great week. We expected a big rally. We got the rally. The rally is actually holding on. We're going to get into that a little bit further in a bit. But just to kind of just say, hey, you know, great week. It was fun. It was fun to be in the markets. There was some great picks last week. But even better than everything was just looking for this market to explode higher. That gave us the lift we needed in a lot of stocks. It was really about seeing the market bounce and then just seeing how well. And every time we get that oversold daily and oversold 60, you're saying, can it do it again? It's like it's going for a streak. Can it act again perfectly? And as you can see, the daily stochastic rotation here has been almost flawless. I mean, yeah, there's a couple days in between of where we're going to bottom out and start making our pivot area and start moving back up in a different direction. But this is just buy side right now, And we could go out as far as the chart can see before we start to see, really nothing. Really the oversold daily has been a key indicator. So what happened was recently we get oversold again. We get oversold, and we also have the 60-minute time frame. The combination of that is impressive, but even better than that, we had a divergence. So we had a lane divergence set up on the hourly into a daily 60 candle. It's the same thing when we have those multiple time frames all line up, and you have an indicator on top of that, like the divergence indicator. It's telling us something even more. And that's, you got to strike hard when that happens. It doesn't happen every day, but it's the same thing. Like you're waiting for a setup on the futures, and you see a recognizable pattern. You want to get that divergence inside that pattern to really be the perfect area to be in that whole trade, and that's what we normally look for with those wedge patterns and divergences. And we had so many this week too, so there's so much to go over. Just really great stuff. You feel great trading. Everything was working out, and just excited for the next week. So like I said, we had a lane divergence back here, October 29th to 30th. It was like a gap down on the 30th. From that point on, we rallied. We pulled back slightly, but again, you can actually see there was a second divergence. If I zoomed in, let me go back now. If I zoomed in off of that zone there was actually technically another divergence playing out. We dropped lower, but we really maintained a higher move up here compared to where we were here. There is, it's something to be seen. It's great. We try to mark them all off. That's what my job is, to find those, to identify them, to teach how they work. And there's nothing better. There's nothing better out there. Yeah, you can combine other strategies along with this, but this on your side will improve your trading tremendously. It'll give you the patience that you're looking for because you have strict criteria for entries. It'll give you the discipline because it tells you where you put your stops. It tells you where we know how to measure our profits. So all that combined just gives us a very tight, structured, being that automated trader, but being a human. So you have a little judgment, you have a little intuition that you could add to it. Not much, but a little, and that little extra intuition, experience, sometimes could pay off in a big way. So we have it perfect here now. All right, so let's just take a look forward now. All right, the market, the 60-minute time frame, back up here in a very choppy, embedded type of situation. A show of strength. Here was a great show of strength. We had this nice bullish flag. It's a rising little flag here. It's important because you don't see them that much. Lots of times people are expecting the pullback type of flag, but this is just a strong, very rising flag. But you can see the slight divergence as the stochastics were pulling back, and this was moving higher. So that was a bullish move. And even though the market was extended, we looked for further upside, and we got that upside. Now we're continue to be up there. Friday's over. Monday starts, next week, and there is a holiday, but the markets will be open, so volume will be a little bit lighter on Monday. And with lighter volume, there's an old saying, the market tends to float up or drift higher, and it was because the theory that usually lighter volume holiday type days the big traders, the head traders, would be on vacation. That would have the second string traders in there at the desks and stuff, and someone with less experience typically only wants to go long, and just a it's not true or anything. It's just used to be talked about a lot on light volume days when they have second string traders in there, and they just love to go long, and you get this rise in low volume rise all day. So maybe something playing out with that. Just always interesting little tidbits of information. This is what it looks like on the daily, and what happened? We're back here into an overbought level. So what we were so excited about on the buy side, now we have to be concerned about on the sell side, and that's what trading is, right? It's being in something and getting out and getting a profit from it, and trying not to be stuck in it. So we want to get into things that are moving. We don't want to get into something that's just going sideways and chopping around. So we want to identify that, maybe where the biggest, the biggest move in the shortest amount of time, and those happen around our pivot areas. So it might be approaching that pivot. We're overbought on the daily. We're overbought on the 60. Typically, we will react from that. Now, there's some other levels up above us. These are all kinds of lines. It's very confusing. There's channels. There's retrace. This underlying trend line is very important. It's a big, big channel of the S&P we broke down to. Typically, we break down, the majority of the time, when you get that bounce, you get a retest to the underlying trend line. This one seems to be a little further out than normal. This normally would come up to about here and continue on with the downtrend, which almost did. It almost feels like it got up there, but didn't really touch it officially and then pulled back. Now that we're extended on further here, this whole pattern has gotten a little weaker. The downward channel trend has gotten weaker. We still haven't hit the trend line up here, and now we have the 200 period moving average. We have this other flag breakdown underlying trend line. These are all going to meet right here in that 260, 280 area. And that is what I'm watching for a trigger to the downside. All right. So the signals are saying, hey, be careful, be cautious. There's some levels above us. I like the strength in the market. I love the individual stocks. I love the setups, and I'm going to show you in a second for going into next week. There's still a lot of stocks that look set up. So technically, kind of a little different swing, different look at things. Even though we are technically a little overbought, market is holding momentum, and we've kind of broken down the small trend line. We've gotten a little bit more bullish. We're getting sucked up here, so I think we have a shot of getting back up there. This is not like a major rally call from last week. Last week we made this big call here, so now what we want to really see if we could fight further. Be cautious. I want to continue to look at a hedge up here, especially in this area. I already started picking up some hedges. I'll discuss those on the watch list also. Now, the second part of this video is going to have the HPS watch list for this week on it. Now, this video will get stopped. It'll be only available for members of Day Trading Radio. But I am going to share some things with you so stick around. I do definitely want to share some really great stuff with you today, some education, maybe even a great setup for next week too. So I just want to let's go over last week's HPS watch list. It performed perfect. It was flawless. Really some nice setups. I'm not going to take total credit. You need the market to make these moves, and the market had great moves. But these are great examples of HPS, and that's the reason I want to go over them. For those not familiar with the high probability watch list, that is kind of the watch list I send out every week to Day Trading Radio members, and this watch list only is comprised of stocks that have met the criteria for a high probability setup, which is all defined in the methodology and the videos and the constant teaching. So you know a lot of them. It's about the multiple indicators lining up. You get the confirmation candles, your time frames lining up, and some of your other indicators, and we know our divergence and our playbook plays. Basically, any of that stuff we're grabbing from, we're looking for those setups that match there, and then we know how to trade that stock. So these were pretty much all HPS, and I have a nice selection coming up today. I'm excited to get to those new ones because these are all used up now. We'll update it. Some people might still be holding some of this stock. Again, this was CBS. CBS, what do we like about it? was oversold. We had a reversal candle here, which was really nice. Was a 16-minute divergence on this or not? Because this is the chart I learned here. The base was good. It was probably a multiple time frame. It was a 60 and daily and a reversal candle, and the reversal was important. I think on that reversal we saw a lot of divergences on the 60-minute time frame. So even right into that, it just pushed right up, and we had a great trade on that. It blew right through the profit zone, but perfect. Look where the stop was defined. And all last week's setups were very tight stops too. So it was kind of risky that we were looking for that rally. I'll show you the next one. All right, here's AMT, American Tower. It was a 1-2-3 pattern, 3 pivots, 4 came down right into our buy zone. And whenever we break out of a bigger pattern like that, we look for that reactionary trade back in, and then we tend to hold. But we also notice here was a divergence setup. So we had a 1-2-3 pattern, reversal candle, and a lane divergence. Took a couple days and then exploded. Look where we are right now. This is an updated candle. We came right up to the other side of that the pattern. So this is just perfect. Textbook. Look at that. Exploded right out of our buy zone. Amazing. And that was really the divergence setup. The multiple indicators, everything that we look for. Let's go to the next one. I was very proud of these. I was very excited when I noticed that the wedge patterns were forming in some of these oil and gas stocks. Very strong and very technical wedge patterns. We had a coil stochastic. We had everything about it coming into the right time zone, the time frame of the wedge, and we had a couple of these that we were trading this week. So here's you couldn't put this in the book any better. Except I wish I took the profits all the way to 59. We get in and usually get out in the profit zone. This one really exploded higher and went much higher. But I know a lot of people also got about 7 to 8 points on it. Let's look at the next one. Here we have, this is just kind of a classic, a higher low. We see now the trend is pushed down, and this comes to basics, like the jab punch and everything. The market has made a nice move down. It kind of capitulated here and reversed and pushed back up. And because it reversed much further than all the other stocks, most of the stocks just reversed back up, barely closed their gaps. This is back from the August 24th spike low. So once this one started really pushing higher, it was a much stronger stock. And once you break out of a trend, I could draw a trend line down here, then we revert to what we call a rotation type of play, and you buy that first rotation. You buy that first oversold rotation, as long as it's at least a double bottom or a double bottom or a higher low. So once you got the price down here, and you say, all right, the price is down here, we're off the lows, but we're already oversold, and we broke this trend line. You're looking for that bounce back up, and again, it almost looks like it's just a perfect example this past week. Now this week coming up, like I said, the criteria is very strict to get on this list. Some weeks might have 8, 9, 10. Some weeks might have 3, 4. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 so far I've pulled out. I've been working here since about 8 o'clock this morning. It's about 6 o'clock at night. I've grabbed 6. These 6 are great, and I expect to find some more. And they always get added on during the, if I do find one on Tuesday afternoon, I'll make sure I get that out to you Tuesday evening. We add it to the list so it all gets calculated in. The high probability watch list also, if I can also say, automated. So when you see those, when you go back and take a look at the charts and the time frames here and the setups, when you get this setup, like you're going to get a whole bunch of new setups today, these buy zones, 89 to 87, are programmed into our computer here, and that's connected to everyone's dashboard, and it's also connected to your email accounts. So when the buy zone here actually gets hit, you'll get sent a notification, however you wanted it, text or email, and you'll also get an alert in the on the dashboard. And the same thing. So as this pushes back up, you might not even be there, but you'll know that that stock has either hit its profit or has hit its stop. All these numbers are automatically put into the system, and you get alerted to it. So again, right now we're starting off with five great ones. Excited for it. With the market, if we knew that the market was really going to explode next week higher, maybe be a little bit more aggressive on some of these. I already started some of the positions today, but those alerts have been sent out, and we're going to go over that right now. Just again, this video will probably end now for those people who are not members of Day Trading Radio, but definitely check it out. There's a lot to learn. We have videos on all these setups, and you get the setups sent to you as they're active and activated. It's great for even part-time traders, and there's nothing better. Like I said, listen to me right now. You won't find a better technique to help you in your trading journey. If you have your own techniques, we encompass great strategies from great traders. It's all added into the mix. When I'm doing my show and I'm saying, all right, here's a futures trader 71 line. That's important because you know what? That's great information. We want to have that on our chart. Combined with other information, we have our, all our setups. And when those setups line up together with another methodology setup or something else out there, it just confirms it and reconfirms it. So you cannot go wrong here. That's all I'm going to say. Have a great weekend, and if you're a member, I'm going to tell you the next setup here.